All right, here we are, Thursday, the 21st. We are moving on. We got some squat prep to start. So this is very quad dominant squat prep. So it's 10 each pull-can steps, 10 Spanish squats, and then a 2-minute quad smash. You're going to do it by 2 rounds. So we're just trying to prep the middle of the leg, right? To be ready to do what we're about to do next. Now, we're introducing here what we call for the next part, which is the wedge front squat. We're trying to really push those knees forward, right? You can't really do this against the wall, but the idea is the butt doesn't go back. There's a slight tendency towards the bottom. People do it pretty close to right, and then all of a sudden at the bottom, the butt wants to shift back. It's like some kind of reaction they have because the knees are like, oh, what are you doing? We want to try to avoid that, which means we may need to lighten the load. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a set at first, kind of a warm-up set at an RPE of 4+, meaning I could easily do 12 with it, and then easily do 11 with it. Right. It's probably really more than that. It should be relatively light warm-ups. Then we're going to build something that I think I could do 10 with, right? And we need that to be an RPE of 2. So I'm going to try at least 10 with it. I'm going to try to get 8 with it, or I'm going to get 8 with it. I'm going to try to do more, but I need to leave at least 2 in the tank, right? So once I can do 12 with one set, then I'm going to go up. We're going to do this for 3 weeks, right? So the idea here is that we're progressing by loading weight, and then when we get to a certain weight, we increase the reps till we get there, and then we load the weight. It's called double progression. It makes progressing a little bit easier and a little bit more interesting. So make sure that they don't go 100%. Leave some in the tank because that's the idea here. We want to stay away from failure. But the idea is we're going to increase as we go up reps. So we're increasing the load once we get to 8, once we get to 12, and then we should be dropping down to 8. We'll work our way up. Once we do a set of 12, we'll add a little bit more weight. That's how we're going to go through this. Then we finish off with a lot of rounds. Poker chips might be useful here, but it should still be fast because it's 7 dumbbell snatches total, meaning if you start on the right and on the left, but the next one you'll vice versa, you know what I'm saying? Because it's an even number of rounds, we should be fine. You'll even it out. 6 front squats and then 5 weighted sit-ups. This should be pretty high speed, low drag. It's done with low reps so we can get more of a conditioning feel out of it, right? Make sure that they go a little bit slower in that first round, push round 2 through 8, and then really push in that round 9 and 10, because again, these should be less than a minute per round. We should be moving relatively quickly here, but because it's like small reps, people go out at 100 miles an hour. So really ask them to, like, especially round 1, possibly in round 2, to dial it back just like 20. And I think it'll behoove them in the long run. All right. Loading is up there. It's pretty much a light workout except for the sit-up. Sit-up's only 5. So you're doing something you can do 15 with. So everything here should be unbroken. And it's really our breathing that should limit us.